Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. What I've done in between episodes, I have played a little bit just to make sure everything is underway. We've dropped a little bit in terms of our export, so that number has gone down a little bit. I've spent a little bit of the money on further expansion. One of them has been an additional large farming area over here because we are running out of crops fairly consistently, so I thought we do a little bit of extra crop farming over here. And luckily these things kind of just do their own thing. So as soon as we have some crops over here, I'll set up a truck route to just bring to the silo over here so that it can all be used in this complex. So what I would like to do in this episode, I've also laid out a couple of extra buildings over here that can slowly be constructed. We're constructing the road out here. Not that anything seems to be happening just yet, but we are constructing the road out here. And what I would like to do is start setting up things like our coal mining operation, our power plants, and our oil. So yeah, that's kind of the purpose of this episode. So let's start off with the oil. We'll grab a couple of oil rigs, and the question is, can we presumably fit in more than one? So if we say something like that, for instance, and there's no construction depot close by, so what I'll do is I'll just level the ground with the rubles. Okay, so that's it. We won't actually build it, so we'll see where's that spot there. So if we do that, we should be able to squeeze in another one over here somewhere. Excellent. So those are going to be like two of them. We could do another one over here. There we go. And maybe a fourth right on the edge here. There's a spot there maybe we can use. That's too low. This area is also not quite right. I think almost that spot is almost the best. So if we do that, then it'll be like four of these guys. That going to work? We'll see if that delivers any kind of decent quality. So one of the things that we wanted to do is we need to immediately kind of set up some oil storage. And of course, we've got a number of these guys that needs to be kind of piped into this tank. But what I'm thinking is potentially we need to set up more than one. Can we? I think we can put pipes together. Let's have a quick look. In terms of pipes, what can we do? We have pipe pumping stations and forward pumping stations and things like that. 3 into 1. Yeah, and then 1 into 3, those kind of things we can certainly do. Okay, so that's okay. So let's see about how we go and do that. So 3 into 1. Let's just zoom in so I can see what I'm doing here. 3 into 1. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Now yeah, 3 into 1 is the one. Okay, let's place that in there. Now, if we start linking these up, do they have to be straight? E or Q to increase and decrease? Okay, something like that, and then something like that. Wow, okay, so the pipes are a little... Okay, that's not too bad. And if we come in from here, that's not too bad either. Okay, that looks decent, even though we probably will have some issues with the roads. So we'll have to have a look at how that's going to work. Not too much, I hope. And then the other one I want to do is get a nice big tank over here. And potentially what we can do is we can do the tank like so. We can bring in some more of this. Shall we do make a little room for a road here? Okay, I'll do that so that there's a little room for that, and then Q to come back down, and then we pipe it out there and we pipe it over there. Nice. So something like that can collect a fair bit of our a fair bit of our oil. Now, can we potentially run? Yeah, we can. We just need to find the right angle. So we can do a little bit of this. We can do a little bit of that. And then hopefully we can do this, run around there. Okay, nice. So something like that, and even something like this. So there we go. So there's a fair bit of stuff happening right over there. So that's a tank. We could make room for another tank over there. Actually, let's do that now. Let's make sure we have. Can we set up multiple tanks though? I'm not even sure. So if we go to piping and we get another tank here, presumably we can actually and this is oh, there we go. Presumably we can do that, and we can link them up over here. Nice. So let's get that little section of road back in through there, and we'll tie that in. Okay, so there we go. So that's our storage of the oil facilities over there. So this is the road that's going to run through here. I'm going to extend that just like doing something like this, so that we can see where we do other stuff like this. So this is going to be the inputs. We're going to get some oil over there. Of course, the next big thing after we've got the oil, we need to then have an oil refinery, a chemical plant, an asphalt plant, and a plastics factory. We're not going to have that one. But so the chemical plant, it consumes a lot of other weird stuff that we don't have here. This one, at least, the oil refinery. Okay, so since we've got all of that, we need to bear in mind that we would want to load up a lot of stuff here. So potentially the chemical plant needs to. So what do we have with the chemical plant? If we zoom in so we can actually see what's going on there. So if we grab the chemical plant, so we've got roads and pipes out and all these kind of things, but we've got pipes in over here. So potentially if we do a little bit of this, if we place this one over here, let us do that. Auto build with rubles, so we can just flatten out the situation right over here. Okay, so flattened out. We won't build it just yet. We'll just kind of place it. So that's the one. So now we could effectively pump that in there. But the other thing I need us to do is actually get a fuel loading facility. Is there a rail facility where we can load fuel? Train, diesel station, railroad, electric, oil loading, train aggregate. So it seems we cannot. This is this is it. Oil and fuel loading and unloading. Okay. So okay. So what we're going to need to do is, I am keen that we actually place this on the other side over here, because presumably the main thing we're going to want to load here will be fuel and not oil. All right, so let's quickly have a look. If I just go back and we have a look at this industry here, so we get this guy. It produces both fuel and bitumen, and both of those I believe will be in tanks, storage for liquids. And this can, bitumen and oil. What is the, do we know? Okay, so that's the ratio. So it does 2 to 1. No, not quite 2 to 1. So 75. Yeah, so almost 2 to 1. Almost, maybe like 1.75 to 1 or something like that. And that's just very rough math stuff there. So what we'll do is, I will do two tanks of, this is not, we'll do 2 tanks of fuel and 1 tank of bitumen. So we'll do something like this. If we say, yeah, so we'll do that. 2 of them over there for the fuel, and one of them over here kind of for the bitumen. Yeah, okay, I think that should work. Okay, now that's the chemical plant. Oh, now the chemical plant needs some stuff. It needs oil directly, so we potentially need an oil. We do need to load some oil, it seems. And then we also need the plastics factory that needs chemicals and oil, so potentially that can go somewhere on the other side. Okay, so we'll need to plan that out a little bit more. But the rail one, so if we're gonna come and collect this, we would need to collect this from here somewhere. So bitumen, and both bitumen and fuel can be collected somewhere over here, but potentially it needs to be on the other side of the road here, so that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter that much. Potentially it can even have a little station out, something like that over there. Yeah, it could work, and then we can actually collect fuel here. But the issue is we may as well, I'm not sure, it might be some time before we actually get fuel on the train though, but we're going to definitely have the setup ready for it. So yeah, potentially what we'll do is we'll just run it in there. Like so. Yeah, a little something like that should be fine. Okay, now let's grab not conveyors, let's grab the rest of our pipe set up here. We'll pipe that over there. We will pipe this one over here, and we'll pipe that one over there. And then what we'll do is we'll pipe this in that way, and we'll pipe that one over there. Good. So that means we can also unload over here, which is a great little feature that we could use at a later stage if we have more substantial a more substantial setup with oil somewhere else. Okay, now with that in mind, let's quickly connect some rails in here. We are currently using this for the new builds. So what I'm keen on doing is actually making sure that is electrified. So if I go one line like so, and I'm going to basically put that in there, and then actually let's bring it out a little bit more, and then we'll tie it in. There we go. So there's a fair bit going on over there. What we'll do is we will do some signals like so. We'll have that ready, even though we're not going to build it just yet, but we'll have that ready. So once the line comes a little closer, we can in fact tie that up. So that's the setup over there. So this is going to be the basic thing. So that's our fuel refinery. We still need to connect these up on this side, which is okay. We're going to need to build a nice big town somewhere over here. But before we do so, the next thing I want to have a quick look at, and the game is going on, so hopefully we are seeing a fair bit of income being generated. Okay, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Let's I want to have a quick look at what's going on with our industry. The sowing, growing is in progress. So that's happened. So we should see a bit of copper crops getting ready over there. What's going on over here? This is full, and that is full. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to up the vehicles that's actually making this journey. So let's buy covered hull. Let's buy 2 more of them. We'll grab the first one. We can just copy this right there. This is that one. Okay, so let's copy that. We'll paste it in there, and we will tell you to get moving. That's an ambulance of some sort. What are you doing? You're the other one I want. Perfect. So let's copy and paste you over there. And we will, oops, we will set you off to go as well. So hopefully that will give us, where are you going? No. Go there first. Thank you. By copying it like that, I didn't mean literally copy it like that. I like how they use that as the little U-turn spot. So we should get a little bit more income from that. Okay, crops are growing over here. That's good. Okay, next thing we're going to look at over here. And I just want to check, is our construction underway? Yeah, construction is working pretty decent. Oh, beautiful. That one's already all filled up. Let's go have a quick look what we can reach from there. So at the moment, it's not pretty good for us. What I want to do quickly here, I just want to see if we can't get this a little bit improved. Can we tie it in there? Come on. Let's go ahead and, yeah, that's the one. I'm just going to go ahead and build that outright. Okay, can we reach a little bit more now? Yes, we can reach the train station, which has been the important thing for us. Now, what I want to do on the other side is we need to make sure that we can have some pathways. Okay, good stuff. So that pathway over there, what I want to do is I will get that pathway to go around there a little bit. So we'll tie in there. And then what we'll do is we'll tie in kind of right over there. And like so. And I'll quickly just build those outright as well. So that I can see if that now gets us to the shopping center as well. Perfect. So we don't have school access. We have kindergarten access. No school access. Hospital access not walkable though. So we may have to go, and pub also not. So we may have to add some additional amenities on this side of the spectrum, but I think it's kind of okay for now. How is the construction going over here? Why do I feel like this construction is taking ages? Rail construction really takes a long time. How many people do we have working over here? Not as many as I would like, and I've added an extra bus to come in as well. Let's see, maybe this is sufficient workers that's going to be dropped off right over there. Not at all. Are we short on workers? Couldn't imagine we'll really be short on workers. There is plenty of people living here, and honestly they shouldn't be working in many places really. There's really not that many jobs for them to be doing. How's this looking? Our food and meat situation is kind of okay. There's some workers there. How many workers works over here? Not that many, so that should be fine. Really no problem. There's plenty of workers working over there, but I'm not trimming back on that. So, must be the construction industry that's being a big drain on our society. So anyway, we'll come back to that. Let's quickly plan out. Is this construction underway? Oh, I think we've done a section. Yeah. That section's been done. So let's just make sure to grab our roads team over here. Come on, the roads team. You guys are going to start work on the next section over there. And unfortunately, you have to do these incrementally because there's no path to the next section there. Okay, now, so what we're after over here is we need some mines. So we're going to grab some coal mines over here somewhere. And again, we need to flatten some of this terrain. Okay, one can definitely go in here. So we'll place one there. And is there a spot over here that we can use? There is a spot over here. I don't want to get too crazy with where we place this stuff. We could place one over here somewhere, but I think the spot that we're finding, anyway, let's grab that spot right there. It's probably about the right one. So let's auto build this one. Well, not auto build it, just use auto build to find that spot. Then we'll switch it off and we'll, oh, there we go. So if we've got those two, they should be pretty good in terms of their operation. Now, this is gonna go into a storage, right? A large aggregate storage. So we're gonna do a little something like this over here somewhere. We could, if we do it on this side, it's not gonna quite work. So let's do it on this side. If we have it pretty close to the road, it may work best. Though, I need to remind ourselves that, anyway, that's okay. So with that in mind, we'll place it there, okay? We will have to do a fair bit of work. Let's first make sure we can actually tie these together. So we are going to need one that runs something like this, I believe. And similarly, we are going to need, wow, one that runs maybe something like that, just so that there's enough headroom there. So let's quickly have a look. We can't tie that one in. Can we tie this one in? No, neither of them work. Can we tie this in? Also, none of that is working. Yeah, so that's really problematic. So let's just get rid of these. They are not as workable as I thought they would be. But we could potentially, unless what I'll do is I can cancel this section of road here. That is what we can do. What I'll do is I will cancel this section of road all the way up to there at the very least. And what I'll do is I'll push this thing forward even more. Let's do that. Okay, now with that out of the way, let's go back. We'll grab, we'll grab ourselves the large aggregate storage, and I'm kind of tempted. We need to move it. If we move it out a little more, maybe, yeah, something like this angle is probably about right. We will need to, okay, something like so. Okay, then what I wanted to do is want to grab the mods, and what we'll do is we will go with conveyor, road crossing. Ooh, where is the rail though? Should we do both road and rail? I think so. Let's just get ready for everything. Road and rail crossing, road and rail, conveyor, road and rail, 2 rails. Okay, there we go. But that's the wrong way around though. I want the rail on this side, and then the inputs, of course, needs to be on the other side. Okay, so let's go rail crossing. So this one can actually go, hang on, did I? Yeah, so that road and rail thing doesn't actually want to work the way I wanted it to work. Single rail crossing, double. Anyway, unless we then just double it up like this. No, anyway, let's not do that. Let's go road, and what we'll do is we'll run the rail on the other side. Okay, so road crossing, basic road crossing is what we're after over here. What we'll do is I am pretty tempted to just set up 2 of them. So what I'll do is I'll do 1 there, and we'll come back all the way this way, and we'll do 1 over there. Good stuff, and that should be sufficient. Now I'm hoping, ooh, that's a fancy train that we've got. Now, if we go back to conveyors, so this bad boy needs to do a little something like maybe something like that, and then we'll do something like this. Okay, and from here we may actually be able to do it directly. We can in fact do it directly. That one can go in there. This one should be able to go in there. Perfect. And now from here, we will tie them. We could actually tie them up. Anyway, we'll tie them up on this side so that there's room on the other side should something else be required. So in terms of deliveries via train or something like that. Okay, so we'll do a little bit of this, and we'll... Oh man, I'm building. Oh, I built all of this outright. Ooh, oops, my bad. So something like that, like that, through there. So that's kind of the situation that I'm after. This guy is going ahead building some stuff. I didn't want to actually outright build those things, but anyway, we have the money, so it's probably good to get us in line. Oh, did I build all of this? How did that happen? Yeah, anyway. My bad. My bad. Okay, so with that in mind, the next thing I want us to be able to do is actually place 2 coal processing plants. So obviously that one needs to get input from this side. And see, this is the issue. Because we don't have anything nearby that can actually work on this. Can we build something close by? This thing is pretty much built. We could potentially place one of these guys over here somewhere to help us out with that. I don't know. Maybe it's not the right thing for us just yet. We need to plan this area out a little bit better. Okay, coal processing plant. I am after one of them. One of them on this side is going to be no problemo. Apart from the fact that we need to provide... actually, if we place this one right over there. Okay, that's the one. The other one needs to go in here, and that means... Oh, alternatively, we can place this one... If we place this... Ooh, and now I'm just thinking... Probably what we need to do is place 2 of them like on this side. Because if we're delivering workers here, we want this to be pretty close proximity to the coal power plant. Now I'm thinking a slightly differently. So if we do one like this and the other like that, they are really not good. Anyway, so if we do one like that and one like that, that's probably about the best thing for us. Okay, so let's do... Get the excavators in place there. Okay, so something like that could actually work. So let's... Now it's not going to... Okay, there it goes. Something like... Maybe like that. Okay. Now, the next thing, and this is a big one, is the energy. Is the... wait. Before we do that, we need another buffer storage. You need so many buffer storages just to make sure that you can actually sort out what is actually underway. So I'll have a buffer storage, maybe something like this, not too far away. And then what we'll do is we'll put the coal power plant all the way over here, say. So we obviously need to be able to... Where's the... It doesn't have a... Does it have a rail station in it? I don't know. I don't think it does. Anyway, what we'll do is we'll place that somewhere like so. And I believe that should give us the right stuff. So there's our coal-fired power plant. This stuff will be self-powering, I believe. So that should kind of do the trick. Now let's get our conveyor systems in place just to make sure they all work out. So I want that one to go out over there. This one needs to go out over this way. That one can come in here. This one can go in there. Then this one can go basically up there. And that's kind of what I want to do. Now let's have a quick look at road facilities. So let's see. We need... This road here is probably going to be our most problematic. If we... Oh, so that's definitely not going to work. Let's see if we do that. Can we twist it around? Yes, we can. So we should be able to get that tied in there. Can we then... Ooh, let's trim it back a little bit and see if we can get it out through there. This maneuvering is quite problematic. Oh, that was close. That actually works. Not that I thought we needed to get this connected all the way through there, but that's awesome that we can. That means that if we tie this bad boy in there, that would be awesome. But what I'm keen on doing is, so now we need to find out how we're going to go work with the rail. Because we're not bringing the rail in through here, and I'm almost tempted that we now do bring in the rail through there. But actually the rail could go all the way around and actually come in. Well, if the town is here, we may not need the rail to come in just yet, but unless we need a, well, if we have an unloading station, we can actually swap it around to this side as well. Okay, well, that looks awesome. So that's a good starting point. Now, so that'll be our power setup. That would be really good. And they're quite nicely distanced so that there can be a pretty decent railway station out here. And it could actually have a little short rail that runs in this way. I just need to be mindful of the power lines that we're going to need to run out of here. So we need a bit of a buffer zone. So let's just make sure that we at least buffer the town off up to there. I don't want the town to get closer than that. We can run then the town in here, and the rail can come in over here into the rail can actually come in straight up here into the town. So let's find ourselves the various bits and pieces for that town. I'll quickly grab that's a mod actually. I'm looking for a mod. Well, am I looking for a mod station? Alternatively, what I can do is I can just go ahead and grab the large train platform, place it like somewhere in here, and we can have a straight section that runs. I actually think that's not a bad idea. So let's do that as the train platform. We'll grab ourselves, we'll get this guy to kind of run straight down there. Okay. Okay. Ooh, there's a building on fire. Pause the game so I can quickly see where that is. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. There's no way we're going to get there because these things are... This area is completely unreachable. I can hardly get a piece of road through. Oh, actually... Actually, maybe I am mistaken, and maybe getting a road up there is not as difficult. And let's tie in all of these while we're at it. This thing... Oh, that's the transformer. Okay, so that can be accessed. These can be accessed. That's probably a bit of a bummer. Some of those we should be able to get these accessed. Ooh, this is the issue, right? Yeah. Oh, it's gonna work. Wow. I am surprised that we've got so many of them accessed. Okay, so what I'm hoping is that this thing can now, in fact, was called and is headed this way to deal with the fire. I'm not sure they're going to make it though. Where is the firefighters? There it goes. There it goes. Whether it's going to be here in time, I've got no idea. This is the problem. They're slightly out of the way, and I didn't actually think we can get this place. So yeah, I didn't quite think that we're going to be able to get there. What's going to go on, guys? Can we get there? No, it's going to go. It's probably not even close. Yeah, it's not even going to be close, buddy. It's not even going to be close. So I'll just have to rebuild that. And that's going to be a costly operation for us. Thank you so much. I'm assuming all of that's going to disappear. Okay, now let's get this sorted back out ASAP. Honestly, really? Zoom in. Can we zoom it in and find a spot for it? Really? We can't find... Oh. How did that even work? I thought it was on the one side here. Are we using... Ah, we're using one of the others. Okay. We're using one of those modded ones. Let's quickly get one of those back again. So this is this kind of thing. Maybe the opposite direction. No, not that one. Maybe that one. Yeah, this is the one. So now, unfortunately, we have... That should work. So something like that. Well, let's get the road tied in there. But we also need to get the conveyors back up. That's going to be fine. That's going to be fine. We're going to purchase that outright. I don't even mind. We'll purchase that also. So hopefully that should be up and running again. Okay, got it. We fixed that. Okay, this is underway. Are we? Oh, this is all filled up. Okay, let's get a couple of trucks out here to go and move things around a little bit. So we need to move... it's covered hull, I believe, is what we need. So we need something that can do large amounts. 10 tons. 10 tons of crops is going to be moved. Okay, so let's do... 3 of them, I think, is about right. We will grab one of them and we'll quickly set up the route. I should have done this earlier, actually. We're going to pick up there and we're going to drop off over there. We're going to load crops, wait until fully loaded, and we're going to wait until fully loaded, unloaded. Actually, no, let's just unload crops over there. Get going, buddies. Okay, now we'll get the others. Okay, so they should be set up. Get going. And get going. Okay, good stuff. Hopefully we'll move that now because this is all filled up and that means we can actually do a little bit less on the import side of things. Okay, that's all well and good. This is the station here. And now as part of that, we probably need to set up a few things all around this facility. One of the big ticket items for us is the citizen requirement, that is a shopping center. And presumably we should do it like this. I'm pretty happy that, or presumably we'll do it like this. No, I want it on this side. Presumably we do that. Let's give it a little bit of room though. So we'll do something like this, shopping center. We also need like a kindergarten and a school and a pub and all kinds of stuff like that. So let's grab that one. We'll place it over here. Start with the roads. I think that's the key for us. Is let's just start with the road. So if we say we're going to run a road through there, and like so, and in there, and we'll do... Well, actually, this can actually work. So let's tie that one in all over there. That's kind of our buffer road. So let's tie this one in like that. That should be okay. So that's kind of the town, going to be the town layout. What we'll do is I will do a very similar thing on this side. And we'll have a road that runs right next to that rail over there. I think that's going to be brilliant. So if we do a little something like that, that should be a pretty good little town layout right there. Of course, we're going to need the rail to come in here as well. The rail, this piece of rail at least needs to be... We'll straighten it out a little like this, okay, and then, no teardrops here. Like that, and then what we'll do is we'll tie it in like so. There we go. I'm going to tie it in over there. Now from here, let's run this guy down. And the issue is I don't want it to necessarily come I want this to run that direction, and then this needs to be a big kind of rail interchange over here, and they shouldn't be too close together either. So presumably we could double track this entire thing, but we also don't need to double track it. Gonna run it into about there and then tie it in, something like this. And then what we'll do is we'll tie this guy in like so, and its neighbor in like that, and there we go. That's it. Now we'll do a bit of a chain signal over there, chain signal over there, and a chain signal over here, just to make sure all of that's actually working. We'll make sure that the intersection is in fact clear of any wrongdoing, and there we go. If we want to go in, also over very here, what I'll do at the very end is I will slot in one of these guys like so. Excellent, that's pretty good. And what we'll do here is we'll have yet another one there and here, and we can probably make room for kind of one more over there and one more over here, so there's a little bit of extra room between that. Actually, let's bring it in even a little closer. Let's bring it over there and over there. Nice. That should, I didn't want it to, anyway, that's okay, that's fine. So that's kind of the idea. We need to do a few more things in here, like pubs and schools and hospitals and fire station. My goodness, fire stations are so important. And that would be pretty much it. Then we can start tying these things together. We currently don't have rail that can actually load here, and maybe I should find us a little bit of room to do that as well. We need some pipes to actually cut across this way. Let's just tie that together. So we are going to need E to go over the road there, and then Q to come back down, and then something like this. And what we'll do is, again, we will do E to come up over the road. That'll cross the road like that. Then Q to go down. Actually like that, and it's like so. How about that? Does that look pretty cool? Doesn't look too bad. I kind of like the way we're doing it over there. Presumably we should still be able to find ourselves a little loading spot right over here somewhere also, and we could even buffer it out, stuff like that. So let's say we plop it in here. Okay, so let's say we do that, and we grab our rail. And we then cut this across here, and we tie it in over there, something like that. So there's the kind of starting point of what we're talking about, what we're on about. And we'll probably double up this track. At least I think we can just double it up all the way to the end. This could be a little one section over there. But I think that's kind of the town layout for both power and fuel. So this is the energy town, and we still need a few more bits and pieces and bobs in here. Let's see actually what it is that we would need. So equipment for citizens, we need a pub. I was thinking the pub could go maybe even in here, but I think that's going to be a little tight. I do want us, actually we could potentially have this as a bit of a teardrop on this side, but anyway, that's fine. I'm kind of thinking, oh yeah, that little spot there for the pub could be quite awesome. And we may have to kind of do two pubs, right? Okay, and pause the game and see where the hell is this at. Ooh, this is my steel mill. No, it's not. It's the concrete one. And we are pretty close to the fire station. So that should be fine. How many people are working here? It should be sufficient to get that going. Can you just get there as quickly as possible and have more people working when you get there, please? Oh, now we're down to 2. But I think maybe that should be... Oh, 7 in there. That should be okay. You should be able to... You should be able to beat that, right? Yeah, you should be able to beat that, no problem. But it is a little daunting. Okay, we figured that out. The factory was saved. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, good stuff. We probably need an extra... We probably need an extra thing in there. Oh, what I've done, I'm not sure if I actually showed you. There's a modded little small fire station, and I've added a few of them, dotted a few of them around. There's one over there, there's one over here. I thought I had one up here in our farm district. Yes, I have one up here as well, just to make sure, because any of these things can catch fire anytime. What's going on? Are we loading up? Buddies, load up this stuff. Where's my... Okay, here they come. I'm a little worried we're not actually having a big enough impact. Are these guys actually going to pick some stuff up, or is it a problem? Do I need to put a silo in here? Do I need tons more trucks? What are the issues here? They fill it up really quickly, and I am worried that some of it is not, that we are losing some of it somewhere along the line. So it's a little concerning. This piece is done, right? Oh, it needs a little bit more work, and then this one is still underway, and it's not electrified in any way, shape, or form. Oh, excellent! We've done that little piece though. So let's quickly just make sure that we continue the construction of the road. This is so far off, I have no idea whether they can actually pick it up. Anyway, that section you can come and do, and you need a little bit of support in order to go and do that one. Okay, that's fine. We will need all kinds of supplies up here, so I'm kind of thinking one of the other things we could do is we could build a new, have new construction materials unloaded somewhere over here. So that we can actually use this area to construct this wider region as we go. But yeah, there's still so much work that needs to be done before we can actually get to a point where that'll work. How much work? So we're still waiting on a mechanism to arrive. Oh, there it comes. So we should see the end of that. We should see this section be completed. And this section is with catenaries and everything, so it is already electrified rail, even though it's not hooked up to electricity. So from here is where we've actually got, I started building electrified rail. So where we started building our own rails, it has been with electrification. One of the things I wanted to quickly have a look at, I think there was a new vehicle that came in. So if I can go and buy, oops, not materials, buy the new vehicle. So there's a new vehicle. It's got... I'm not sure whether it's necessarily better though, but it must be, right? It is just so much newer. So I'll maybe go ahead and procure 2 of them. Do we think that's a thing? Oh, you know what I should do? I should grab us a little truck to bring our electronic components in there. Do we now have... Yeah, we've got tons of electronic components. So what I'll do is I'll grab ourselves a smaller truck, covered hull. Not 60. I want something that goes a little quicker than this. I think that's about the right one. The smaller version of the one we're using, the W50. Go and pick up some electronic components over there and drop them off over here, please. We don't have a warehouse set up over here, which might be a little problematic. So please load up electronic components for us. Wait until fully loaded, and then and then unload on the other side. Don't necessarily wait, but just the one truck should be fine. We really use very little of that. Okay, there's max workers over here. So what I'm keen on... Oh, there it goes. Oh, no, that's something else. I didn't actually buy. Ended up buying it. Let's buy one of them and see if they're going to... if it's going to go anywhere. Okay, so that piece is done. Okay, so what I'll do now, with that piece in being done, I'll get the next section of this track. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, so that's a bit of an issue. So we will landscape with... Oops, this is not what I wanted to do. Okay, so what we'll do is we switch on the wireframe. That's not at all the plan. Okay, sorry about that. That is not at all the plan. Okay, now. Okay, so with the wireframe, okay, so as you can see, actually, we should just be running it straight. If we can... if we can at all get it to run straight. Or are we in the right spot though? Can I just get it to tie in over there? Thank you. Okay, so if we say like that, run that straight please, and we'll get its partner over there to run straight right next to it. So that's going to kind of cover the ditch that we have there. And now here somewhere I'm going to, the wireframe is quite clear over here. I can, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to tie in here. So now if we now start running into this general direction, we can then tie up to that side. That's not built, is it? No, it's not built. We can then start tying up to that side. We can give it a little bit of room here. Well, alternatively, we can just run it straight, so there's it's much less of an issue. Okay, well, let's run it straight then. And I'm definitely... Oh, did I end up building it? I did in fact end up building it. I hate this game for that reason. That piece of... It's not such... And now I can't. Now I cannot. Anyway, we will run it. It was working. It's honestly... Let's do that. Please don't do this. How do I stop it? Okay, just... Come on. Come. Why? Why is this such a... Honestly, this is... I don't know. Anyway, that's fine. We'll get it up to there, and what we'll do is we will go and tie it in. Get this like that. And tie it in there. That should be pretty good. I just don't know what's going on over here. Is it kinked? Is there something wrong here? Are we on a different level? Maybe I'll try leaving it and starting it again. Okay, now let's just say go ahead, build that. Thank you. And all of this is now naturally gonna be built, which is not quite what I had in mind. And there's something wrong with all of this. Maybe a kink in here. Oh, now it's working. Perfect. So let's build that, and that should be fine. What I will add in here, just to make things a little easier for us, is I will, so that these guys can actually go by one another to go and finish that section off. What I will do is I will make use of a little guy like this. And like that. and we will go ahead and just build that little section there and add ourselves some of this and some of that, so that they can just quite easily, actually we'll probably need to add another in there as well, and I don't know why that's now an issue there. Okay, there we go. So now that entire block should be workable. Okay, so with this guy now going back, I think the new one will come out. Potentially not, actually. Where is the other piece going? So the new one is on its way to go and finish off that other little section. I'm pretty keen on seeing that. What we can also do is I can go ahead and procure yet another one. I do want to buy another one of those. Probably get rid of the other old two. Do they get, oh, they use tons more workers. That is awesome. We may need to sort out how we do that. But anyway, there we go. So now we'll hopefully get this all working a little quicker. The piece that we are missing in some of this section is we don't have any fuel facilities here. So we will need to come and build them in a little bit later. Anyway, that has been quite an episode of getting all of this stuff set up and ready. We don't have this wire electrified anywhere. And I will have to add that in. I'm not too sure where and how that works, but we'll figure that out in, I think, about the next episode. What I'll go and do is get most of this built. Yeah, our money is dropping a little bit now, but that was kind of expected. The idea is that we get some of this built so that we can get a town going on over here. So there's a few more things. So there's a pub in there. We need a school. We need all kinds of other bits and pieces. So let's grab ourselves a few schools. Maybe we'll try and sort them out. Not the right. So one on the one side, and maybe one kind of somewhere over here. I think is probably a good idea. You know what I need to do? I need to get ourselves a construction office straight away. Get me the big one, so that I can stop fussing around with the with using rubles to just clear the ground or get it straight or something. Get it level. Level is the word. Level is the word I'm after. Construction office, a big one. Maybe something like right there. Is that's not going to be too much in the way. Anyway, we'll get that done. That one is going to be built with rubles. Absolutely, so we can hire a few excavators or purchase a few excavators. Okay, excellent. Now get some vehicles. Excavators, please. 1, 2, 3, 4 should be fine. That should be able to get everything else that I want in here. Now, I want to place a school. I think somewhere over here. Good. So there's a school in there. I'm not building that. No, absolutely not. We need a big. Actually, let's do a big kindergarten. It's also on the mod kindergarten. Right there. That's a big one that I've been using, which is okay. Not in the line of the rail though. I'll have to keep some of that open here. So we'll do a big kindergarten. Well, the issue is now I'll probably do the kindergarten. Maybe somewhere like this, so that we can actually squeeze another one in a little bit somewhere else. Yeah, we need to make room for a fair bit of. Yeah, so something like that I think is the right spot for the kindergarten. And then we'll need to put in tons of the other stuff. Oh, first, before we do that, let's get ourselves the fire station. Not all at the same spot though. We'll put the fire station somewhere over here, so that it is pretty close proximity to these plants. We may actually add an extra one later. Okay, there's a fire station there. We need a bit of a hospital. We'll place the hospital on the other side here. So something like that. And now apartments, right? We need some of these, but we'll kind of slot them in later. We need some of these big apartments to maybe run along the back here. If we do 2 lines of them though, but actually I wanted to potentially put a warehouse in there. So let's have a look at something. So let's do there, there, and there. Then there should be spot for something for a bit of play there. Then we'll do one here and here, and we'll have a road run through there. And then I can do 2 smaller ones. Actually, what I'll do is I'll grab these big modded ones because they are really big. These big residential ones, these tall ones, and we'll place one kind of over here somewhere, like that. And actually maybe oh, there's access on both sides. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, then maybe we'll do a little something like this instead. So we'll do that one there. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, that could be fine. That could be fine. So there's our initial town setup. There's room for a ton more on the other side. I think we've got most facilities, but we may have to double up on a few things. So that's kind of the town layout. Let's get a road in there just to finish it off. And that's going to be the end of the episode. So we'll go ahead, grab ourselves. Actually, let's just go ahead and get the big fancy road in here. We're not building it right away, are we? No. Okay, before we do that, I actually thought maybe we should grab just a warehouse. Do we have a small warehouse? A warehouse that's modded? I think there was one, but I don't think I actually downloaded it from the workshop. Anyway, go with what we've got. Standard warehouse. Yeah, so this is never going to work in there. We can squeeze it in there, but it's not going to work. If anything, we need to actually place it right over here. Yeah, if anything, this is the spot for it. Right through the train station into the warehouse. That might not be a bad idea, but something we can come back to at a later stage. If we wanted to do that, we may have to move this as well. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll kind of fix some of these things up in between episodes. So let's quickly run the road in here so that we can kind of see how that all works. So something like this. We'll bring it in kind of from there. And then we'll... So if we just straighten this up a little and we'll tie that in there. What I thought we'd do is we'll do a little bit of this. And bring it a little closer there. And we'll tie it in like that. So there's kind of the town layout. I will go ahead and get those up and running. So now we just need to kind of tie some of these buildings into all of this and get this all constructed. I may spend a bit of rubles to get this up and running just so that we can move things along a little quicker. Oh, before we end the episode, I wanted to see this thing. Unpause so I can see what this guy's up to. Wow, that guy is chasing. That's much quicker then. Okay, let's get this guy. I wanted to see how quickly this guy actually builds. Oh, it was already building. Okay, anyway, we've got the next one coming in. Hopefully it builds a little longer than that. Oh, I think it's only going to build this little section here. But it seems to be building pretty quickly. Yeah, it's only going to build this little section, but hopefully it should finish it just straight away. No problems whatsoever, this little section. So this new one is probably a little bit more effective. It's losing workers now. Is that done? What's going on? You honestly didn't carry more than this? Was that it? You didn't carry enough to even build that little section? That just feels wrong. That one built the longest section. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll try and get some of this stuff filled in and built, at least the little town, built by the next episode. And yeah, I will see you next time. If you've liked it, hit that like button. Leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think of our Soviet Republic. And yeah, join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. Bye-bye.